Now, Joe Girard is a name that many people outside of sales, especially automotive sales, have never heard of. But let me hip you to something. Joe Girard was named by the Guinness Book of World Records as the greatest salesman in the world. And I know what you're thinking. You might be saying, we know if he really was that good or if he was really getting all of those sales. The man sold 13,001 automobiles within a 15-year span. Now, let me break that down, what that means. That breaks down to an 866 or 867 per year average. And you divide that by 12 months throughout the year, that's 72 units a month that this one individual was producing by himself. And he was doing it during a time where the Vietnam War was going on. America was in turmoil internally, domestically, and foreign. There was the civil rights movements going on. The economy was in a tailspin. And so very similar to today, in spite of those conditions, how was he able to succeed where so many others failed? And luckily for us, what he did is he shared with us 10 tips, his 10 tips for success. And I'm going to share them with you. Hey, I'm Brian Maxwell. And for over 10 years, I've been training salespeople all around the country in the automotive industry, helping them become top tier $100,000 a year producers. And the way that's done by sharing methods, tactics, success stories, and experiences of other people who are in this industry, not just in the past, but in the present, who are using it to truly transform lives, who are making more money than they ever did before in spite of the economy, who are putting their families in better neighborhoods despite of increasing rents and difficulty getting mortgages. There are people right now in your backyard where you live that is at the dealership right near where you reside, and they're making far above average income. And you could do the same. And matter of fact, I'm going to share with you how this one person who's regarded as the greatest salesman in the world, not just by industry peers, but by the Guinness Book of World Records, how he did it. Let me get into it. Tip number one from Joe Girard is to remember that you're not selling a product. You're selling yourself. Yes, that vehicle there at that dealership or that insurance policy or whatever it is that you sell, that product is what it is. But there's only one you out there, and you are uniquely made. Did you know that not even two snowflakes are the same? No two blades of grass are the same. So guess what? God broke the mold when he made you. And so when you're in front of a guest or in front of a customer, if you spend your whole time just trying to promote and present and speak specifically about the product, guess what? People buy from those who they like and they trust. Think about yourself. How many times have you ever bought something somewhere, maybe even for a little bit more money, strictly because you like or you trusted the individual? It's like going to the beauty salon and to the barbershop. Could we get our hair cut or hair done cheaper? Yeah. You can go to the beauty school or the cosmetology school or the barber college and get it done probably for free. Will it be very good? Who knows? So we pay for comfort. We pay for trust. We pay for convenience. So remember, when you're engaging with customers, you're not selling a product. You're selling yourself. Tip number two, make sure that you listen. We are born with 2 ears, 2 eyes, and 1 mouth. So we want to listen and watch twice as much as we speak. Unfortunately, we live in an era where a lot of salespeople have what I call diarrhea of the mouth. They don't know how to be quiet, or should I say, shut up. And a lot of times end up talking themselves out of an opportunity. The customer's ready to go. They like them. Product is good, but yet they just continue, and make a mistake and slip up and say something or do something that turns the customer off, and they're out of there. So make sure you utilize the tools that you have, which is 2 ears, 2 eyes, and 1 mouth, and that is to listen and to watch twice as much as we speak. Tip number 3, learn the law of 250. Now, this is extremely powerful. This is a powerful tip that he gives that I actually use in my business and in my life. And what the law of 250 states is this. He started analyzing funerals, weddings, other type of special events that people would have. And he noticed that the average person could typically get 250 friends and family members to an event, whether it be a wedding, whether it be someone's passing on, passing away or whatnot. 250. So the way his mind worked, he said, you know what? If the law of 250 works for those type of special events, that means that each person knows potentially 250 people that I can help. So for every one person that I engage with, The potential is 200, is access to 250 people. And what he did is he meticulously worked his process on referral gathering. See, a lot of people do referrals half-heartedly. They might ask once, if they ever ask at all. But we have to realize referrals is a powerful tool. It is a reference from someone who the individual or individuals we're trying to reach may trust, may love, may regard in high esteem. That can make it easier for them to be willing to listen to what it is that we have to offer or what we may be able to provide for them. So learn how to work your referrals. Make sure, if you haven't, not enough time in this video, learn the law of 250. It will change your life. Number 4 is to find your spark. And another way to put that is, what is your why? See, so many people wake up and they just go into their place of business. It's kind of the same old routine. Wake up, get dressed, go in with no real motives, with no real objectives, with no real goals. And let me explain something to you. Do you know one of the reasons for anxiety and depression ramping up so high is because so many people feel like they have no purpose. They have no goals. They have no mission. And so we have to create goals for ourselves, daily ones, weekly ones, monthly ones, and yearly ones. Listen, you cannot track what you can't measure. So find your spark. What is your why? If it says, could you have kids? What is it about your kids? Because you want to put them in a better neighborhood? You want to put them in better schools? You want to inspire them and show them that it's not where you started, it's where you finish? Is it because of your significant other? Do you want to provide a better lifestyle for them? Is it for yourself? You like to get a new vehicle? What kind? If you like to move into a certain neighborhood, where is it? What is the description of the house or the residency or the apartment you're trying to get? What is your why? Because without it, as soon as things get a little rocky, you're going to fall by the wayside. But that why is what will keep you getting up every day. That why is what will make you dig your heels into the dirt and keep pushing forward when everything seems to be falling down around you. So you want to identify your spark. Identify that spark. Next up, you want to constantly be improving. In sales, you probably heard this before from the old Glenn Ross movie. ABC, always be closing. I like to change that. It should be ABL, always be learning. You see, one thing Joe Girard, regarded as the greatest salesman in the world, stated, which is that he only listened to or read books or trainings from people who had actually had experience and success in what it is that he was doing. So it's kind of like the training courses there's a lot of people out there that I see that share information with folks that have never sold a vehicle a day in their life, never worked in a dealership. Even if they were in sales, they weren't a top tier performer. So it's almost like the blind leading the blind. And that's why so many folks, when they go to the training sites or when they download my programs and my courses, they're blown back because they say, man, you can relate to where I am and actually see where it got you. Yes, I walk it like I talk it. So make sure that you're always learning, but learning from somebody who is actually in the game and who is performing at a level that you yourself hope to aspire to. If you can look and recognize this person is right on the same level as you, what can they teach you? But if this is somebody you see getting it, you see them doing business all over the place, you see other people watching and listening to them, there must be something there. Dig into it, because I assure you, that hidden jewel, that diamond in the rough of information is waiting on you too. It's waiting on you to find it, to help take you to your next level. So constantly be improving, or should I say ABL, always be learning. Next is always be honest. Regardless, transparency is priceless in today's environment. Do you realize that when you're honest with somebody, they know you could have lied. They know you could have misrepresented. But the fact that you are honest and upfront with them increases the trust that they have for you. And in sales, the true sign of a professional isn't when everything goes good. It's when there is a piece of information that may not be so good. It's when there is a problem. This is when you got opportunity to earn your stripes and really show what separates you from everybody else. So make sure you're always honest, be transparent. Number 7, destroy buyer's remorse. And that is immediately after somebody purchases from you or orders from you, ask them, hey, what made you do this? What is it about this that made you decide to move forward with me? Because what it is that you're doing, you're getting them to verbally state out loud why they moved forward. And not only can you hear it, guess who else hears it? They hear it. So it's a way for them to reinforce to themselves that they made the right decision, they made a good decision, and it helps them feel good and eliminate that buyer's remorse. You want to be as organized as possible. Now, I myself will tell you, I do struggle a little bit with organization. Only at my desk is what I call organized chaos. So to somebody else, it might look crazy, but to me, I know exactly where everything is. Organized chaos. So be organized. Make life easy for yourself. If you can utilize a calendar, if you can utilize a customer management system, if you can utilize your notebook, whatever tools you have available with all the technology out there, man, it should make life much, much easier to be more organized, but be organized. Number 10, make it a point to reward yourself. What good is it putting forth all this effort, doing all these good things, and making sure you provide these lifestyles for everybody else, but never reward yourself? And I get it. Some of us do get joy. I get joy out of doing for my wife. I get joy out of doing for my parents. I get joy out of being able to be there and help my children when they need help, or a friend. But I do realize that there are times that Brian needs to reward Brian for the good work that Brian's doing. And, sometimes I go out and I get myself a cupcake and a smoothie, literally just for myself. Sometimes I treat myself to a movie. Sometimes I treat myself to a vacation. It all depends on what's going on. But make sure that you reward yourself. Now, these are 10 tips from Joe Girard, regarded as one of the greatest salesmen in the world. So if they work for him, imagine what they'll do for you. Because it's not like this is universal. Joe Girard isn't a super tall, handsome, movie star looking guy. He's a little short white guy with glasses that took everything that he was born with and used it to the maximum, as I hope you are, because I know that I am. And so these and many other tips and success stories from other people I'll be coming at you with. But if you're somebody that's sick and tired of walking over the dollars to pick up dimes, treat yourself. Don't cheat yourself. Right here on the screen, you see where it says sellingforsuccess.org. Click that link and go over. There are a tremendous amount of courses, manuals, ebooks available for your download to help you improve your skill set, be able to overcome objections, develop confidence when you're engaging with customers. And I don't care what the product is. If you're in automotive sales, insurance sales, if you're in solar panel sales, there is something there for everyone, whether you're a veteran in sales or you're a green pea just starting out. We got you covered. All it is a click. So check out sellingforsuccess.org. Other than that, I'm Brian Maxwell, and I look forward to seeing you at the top and most definitely at the dealership. Over and out.